Welcome to Sunny Sundridge Childcare Center. This program is designated towards toddlers who are ages 18 months to 2.5 years old. This is our front entrance. Here you will see we will have cubbies as well as extra storage shelves. These will be at the specific height of the children so that they can hang up their own items, put their own shoes away, and it gives them a sense of well-being as well as belonging, being able to do those things for themselves. Here we have our parent sign-in table as well as plants, just as a welcoming feeling. This shelf here, this will have books and just like some quiet activities on it. This is one just to set a boundary so that this is kind of an enclosed area itself, but also there are times when children come in and they don't want to immediately go into the rest of the room. And so we want to give them an opportunity to maybe just come in and slowly just get used to the environment. So if they want, they'd be able to take a book or a puzzle and they could go over to our quiet zone. Here we would have just some nice soft pillows as well as books and maybe some puzzles, just different quiet activities, maybe some fidgets. It would just be a quiet area for them. And on this wall, we would have our family tree, which would just provide the children with a sense of belonging. We would take pictures of each child and place it on the wall. And we might even make a little comment about them, have a little quote that is specific to them underneath their name, such as Johnny is really good at sharing. From there, we have our feelings table. This would be just where the kids could start to learn about their emotions as they learn self-regulation skills, how to interact with people, different things like that. So we have some rocks with different faces on them, different emotions. We might change that up. We would also include a book with emotions on it. And then over here we continue. This is our messy zone, this whole area in here. So we don't have any carpets in this area. These three tables are for when we do eating. This also provides a sense of well-being by providing healthy foods for our children. This is just beneficial for them. And then we have our art area, and on the wall would be our art wall, which is all art done by the kids. So we would be able to display them there, again, giving them a sense of belonging. The art station itself would give them the ability for expression. They can express themselves through art and just different activities like that. They can paint, they can draw. Then we would have, this would be our manipulatives section. This would be great for engagement. This is just keeping them, really engaged. Just different activities, different sensory activities, such as even these tables, they would have beans, or they could have oobleck, or it could be water, or, any of those kind of things, which is again why we don't have any rugs and stuff, because this would be easily cleaned and taken care of. And again, we've included some plants just to make it feel nice and homey. And over here is we would have a large window. And this is our dramatic play area. So over here we would have, this is our pretend play kitchen, where we would have all of our play food. We'd have bowls and spoons, and we might have some aprons for the kids to put on. And we would have, a fridge and a toy sink. This table could be used as well as their dramatic play. We might have other outfits like costumes and different things, so the kids could dress up if they want to. And then this is our music area here. This would have just different items, specifically probably more natural items like natural wood sticks and bowls, things like that for making different noises. And they can use these even on the extra carpet that would be there, or they can just kind of be playing over there. And then this is our exit door that will go to the outside that we'll discuss in a moment. And then we have, this is also kind of like our active play. And again, providing active play is beneficial for the children's well-being as well, which so is going outside and different things like that, just as it keeps them active and promotes their overall health. So this here is a pickler triangle. Sometimes we would be able to bring out a slide that attaches to it, that would just continue to provide for their physical development as well as cognitive development and problem solving skills. Over here is where we would primarily do our circle times. So we have a couch, it might have some pillows. These shelves here would have more like quiet activities such as books and puzzles, as well as like blocks and maybe magnet tiles, things like that that the kids can just continue to play with. And then we have our bathroom and changing area. So this would be our change table. There's our potty. We'd have a sink and a stool readily available for the kids. So again, this is just, it's here. And the feelings table, again, would also give a sense of engagement. It helps them, they're thinking about like how their body works and how their feelings work and what those different feelings make them do and how they can monitor them and change their feelings and just different things like that. So going outside, again, this is geared towards 18 months to 2.5-year-olds. So in this whole center, we can only have 15 children, and there would be 3 supervisors. And this area is actually bigger in my calculations than what is actually required, but I think it's important to have this area. I also designed it in mind that there is no big structure here that can block view. So any of the supervisors would be able to see across very easily, because nothing would be blocking them. So, which is ideal and necessary for this age group specifically. I would also have this covered veranda here. This would just provide shade, but also protection if there was snow or rain, but we still want to be outside, and it would give them an area still to be able to play in. The black area here, this would all be a paved section. This would be great for ride-on toys. We would have a variety of ride-on toys, again, promoting physical activity, physical development, which again promotes their overall well-being. And here we would have our art station. This would be a chalkboard, a rather large one, that would be hung vertically for the children to play. Having vertical elements, like areas that they can color on, is super important and very beneficial. So we would have this with a bucket of chalk. They could also be able to draw on the ground. And then from here, we also have this other paved section, and this is for the ride-on toys as well, so that they can have some space where they can ride in and out with those toys. This red section here, this is for storage. So anything that we don't want left out that could get wrecked by the elements, we would place in there. And that way the kids could still get things out, such as shovels during the winter, or even shovels for the sandbox, buckets, other little toys. Maybe there's small cars that they can play with, etc. All these things would be beneficial. Beside here is our mud kitchen, and here is where the kids kind of just get to express themselves. So again, with the art stations here in the kitchen, this is all part of expression. They get to do their dramatic play. They get to cook, or they get to make potions and all different kinds of things, that whatever they kind of come up with. Kids just really like to explore and have those sensory opportunities. And beside here would be our loose parts. So this would primarily be a lot of natural items. So we have here pine cones and logs and acorns, and we might have stumps that the kids can use as chairs or tables. We might have other blocks as well. They can build different things. Maybe they'll build roadways for their little cars. Whatever it might be, it's there for them to explore and use as they please. And then this area over here is our quiet area. So this is where we would have like trees and plants. It would be, they could explore nature over here. There would be a hammock, which is represented by this green here, where they could have the time to just relax if they want to. So that would be specifically what this is out here. Again, it would be promoting a sense of well-being. just if a child is feeling overwhelmed or frustrated, or they just want to go have some time by themselves, this is really promoting all of that. Over here we have a slide. Again, I chose not to do a large play structure for this age group. I didn't think it was necessary. It's important to provide different options, but even for safety measures, this was a good option to have a smaller slide that they still have the opportunity where they get to climb the ladder and then they go down, developing their core muscles and their gross motor skills, lots of different things. And then the teeter-totter, we would also have, again, that would further promote, their relationship skills and problem-solving skills, even physical skill. Like there's so many things. And then we have here, so these black little loops here, they represent tires, just a half a tire that would be dug, buried into the ground, and the kids could climb these. They're just different textures. They feel different. I've seen children, they will climb on top of them, and these are 2-year-olds, and then they jump off, and there's just lots of fun here that can be played. And then within this, it's almost like creating a boundary within, where it has this section of sand. And here's where we might have toy trucks, cars, there'd be sand buckets and shovels, just a whole area where the kids could they could just play and explore. Over here we have this other walkway. This is kind of like a sensory walkway. I really like this. This is so they would have the different feels on here, on the wood, and then they go to the rocks, and then they have the moss. And again, this is working their sensory processing, as well as it could be helpful for balancing skills depending on the rocks and how it feels on your feet. And it would lead to a music board. So this would have probably more so pots and pans and spoons and a xylophone, and it would be there for the kids to explore what do sounds make outside, and what different sounds can we make outside, and what can we explore, just really encouraging all that kind of stuff. And then we have our gate, which is also required, is there's to have one gate, and possibly parents can do pickup here at the end of the day, depending on weather, as long as we have obviously a sign out. So that is it. There's lots of active play. There's definitely stuff for engagement, belonging, expression, and well-being. And I think that the kids would have a lot of fun here, and it would just be a great place.